1 in 6 people in the UK are skipping meals due to the food's cost. In 2020, UNICEF provided food aid to starving children in the UK. Ed Davey, leader of the Liberal Democrats, called it a shameful and shocking day. In an interview, even a schoolteacher reported having to use a food bank because they couldn't afford food. Additionally, as interest rates rose, the cost of housing skyrocketed for those who are renting, forcing many people to move back in with their parents. The situation in the UK is that bad. Many people are pointing to Brexit as the cause. The European Union is an economic community of 27 member states that trade very freely with each other. However, the UK's departure has had a major impact on British businesses. When trading with other EU companies, British businesses now face complex customs procedures. This process takes a lot of time and money, causing huge losses for many UK companies. EU companies that used to trade with UK firms have also had to endure these complex procedures, prompting many to choose to work with other EU businesses instead. This has greatly contributed to the decline in UK trade. Investment within the UK has also diminished. Before Brexit, the EU accounted for 31% of the UK's trade, therefore making the losses severe. According to one study, the UK has been losing £100 billion annually in GDP since Brexit. However, the key industries took the biggest blow. The UK used to be the center of international finance. Because English is spoken and access to the European market was easy, London played a central role. But after leaving the EU, global companies no longer had a reason to remain in London. Many companies relocated to other EU countries, with a significant number moving to Paris. In 2016, London's stock market capitalization was $1.5 trillion larger than Paris's. Now, Paris has overtaken London. The biggest beneficiary was Ireland, an EU country that speaks English and offers low taxes. Many global financial companies relocated to Dublin. The UK had long relied on labor from Eastern European countries within the EU due to its aging population. Regardless, after Brexit, those workers left, creating significant labor shortages in the UK. So why did the British people support Brexit? Before Brexit, the UK had many grievances. As one of the largest economies in the EU, UK's contributions were often funneled to countries like Portugal, Greece, Italy, and Spain. There was a growing argument that this money should have been invested back in the UK. Of course, immigration issues also played a role. Ironically, after Brexit, Polish and Hungarian workers left, and their roles were filled by immigrants from non-EU countries. These complex issues intertwined, leading to Brexit's approval. Statistics show that the lower the income and education level, the more likely people were to support Brexit. The UK's debt now stands at 99.5% of its GDP, and the working population is shrinking. Many Britons are leaving the country. The wealthier the individual, the faster they are fleeing the UK. As they leave, tax revenues decrease, which forces the government to raise taxes to compensate. This in turn drives more wealthy people out of the country. The UK's most talented people are moving to places like the United States, Singapore, the UAE, Australia, and New Zealand. The UK is stuck in a situation where it can neither move forward nor backward. It's uncertain when these problems will improve. Moreover, the UK is facing significant turmoil due to the immigration issue. It's almost as if it's a ticking time bomb. The government's response has been poor. The healthcare system is so strained that even in emergency rooms, people must wait more than 10 hours. Doctors and nurses are understaffed with low pay, so it wouldn't be surprising if they also decided to leave the UK. With so many things falling apart, people are leaving the UK, and the more people leave, the worse the situation becomes. Amid this, the increase in immigrants is adding to the social costs. How can the UK solve this situation?